When you're Alfa Romeo, and a better-than-average lump of your allure is that you're not the standard choice, assembling a SUV like the 2018 Stelvio presents a dubious adjust to strike. All things considered, Alfa drivers may not need an anticipated auto in their carport, but rather Fiat Chrysler Cars investors need standard deals. The Giulia sports car may have discovered support among enthusiastic drivers, however hybrids and SUVs are the place the largest wallets are. Alfa Romeo had a decision along these lines, and the Stelvio is the appropriate response, conceived of the Giulia yet out chasing rebels from the standard. It's an undeniably swarmed section, as Alfa Romeo knows great. And in addition the Audi Q5, Mercedes-Benz GLC, and BMW X3, there are more surprising alternatives like Porsche's Macan and, most as of late, Puma's F-Pace. Deals in general are blasting. 1 out of 4 premium vehicles sold a year ago was an exceptional SUV, in actuality, yet the opposition is solid. Our clients will be 100% victory in case you're being practical, Peter Hojeveen, executive of Alfa Romeo North America, clarifies. They're utilized to a top-notch involvement. The procedure is style, execution, and a dash of legacy, including, so Alfa trusts, to a shock of fervor ordinarily missing from the fragment. On the outline front there's no mixing up it, the Scudetto grille penetrating profound into the front valance, profound surfacing along the flanks, and a voluptuous rear end. Identification spotters won't not realize that the Stelvio is named after the clasp's substantial 12-mile go in the Italian Alps, yet they'll certainly know it's something irregular. Out of the door, Alfa Romeo is keeping things basic with the motor. There's only one choice at dispatch, truth be told. A 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-chamber, with 280 pull and 306 pounds-to-foot of torque. It'll complete 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds and best out at 144 miles per hour. Alfa is quick to call attention to that they're best-in-class numbers. The effortlessness doesn't stop there, mind. All-wheel drive is standard, and notwithstanding the Giorgio undertaking engineering, the same as which supports the Giulia, being back-wheel drive one-sided, there are no plans for RWD Stelvio. Under regular conditions the SUV pushes 100% of its energy to the back wheels, and you see it as well, with unmistakably auto-like feel from what's as yet a genuinely upright vehicle. Should taking care of interested, up to 60% of the power can be moved to the front wheels. The architects are especially glad for the 50/50 weight conveyance, as they are about the front two-fold wishbone suspension and back Alpha connection suspension. What this isn't, notwithstanding riding 2.5 inches higher than the Giulia, is a going romping machine. This is a genuine driving portion, Hojeveen contends. We don't see numerous purchasers going rough terrain. Keeping that in mind, while there's Alfa's DNA-dynamic, common, and propelled proficiency, drive modes on offer with an effortlessly flipped dial in the inside support, there's no mud or snow settings. Rather you get a SUV that basically doesn't drive like a SUV. Update: the Stelvio has a standard fit slope plunge control system. The Stelvio conceals its additional mass perfectly, the additional stature and length over the Giulia all around camouflaged. Throttle reaction is quick, and there's little turbo slack to be managed. The 8-speed transmission is quick to downshift in powerful mode, as well, and understeer is on a par with non-existent. The snapshot of genuine association with the auto comes when you connect for those colossal metal ores, mind. They're a portion of the biggest I've seen and, not at all like most ore shifters, they're mounted on the guiding segment as opposed to the wheel itself, they don't move as you turn. Some portion of their appeal is the instantaneousness of the shifts, regardless of whether you're triple snapping in the last minutes previously a tight corner, but on the other hand there's their nearly cartoonish scale. It implies things can feel somewhat swarmed for your fingers around the stalks simply behind them, yet that is a trade-off I'm glad to make. Excited drivers will likewise like the way that the oars won't babysitter you. In case you're in manual mode, hit the red line and the Stelvio will remain shouting as opposed to upshift you consequently. Well done, however it'd be more enjoyable if that limiter was higher than 5,500 revolutions per minute. All the more motivation to remain centered, obviously. The Stelvio's dashboard helps there, neatly set up together however improbable to divert you with its genuinely unexceptional outline. I'm not a devotee of the elephant butt finished plastic that shows up crosswise over a large number of the surfaces, yet the controls feel strong and dislike Fiat Chrysler parts receptacle saves. Simple dials flank a square LCD with route, media, and outing data, while there's a 8.8-inch infotainment show in the middle stack as standard on the Stelvio T. That still looks strangely little, primarily as a result of its widescreen perspective proportion. However, you do get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as standard. Shockingly, from what I think is the counter glare covering Alfa has connected, illustrations can show up marginally modeled, especially when you're taking a gander at maps. It wouldn't be an Alfa without a few peculiarities, obviously. The strange show likewise endures a modest switching camera C, which only a couple of raindrops can darken. The begin-stop framework is inconvenient and needs artfulness. The primary thing Alfa's group did when we got in the driver's seat was demonstrate to us proper methodologies to turn it off. The brakes aren't short on control, 13-inch rotors and 4-cylinder Brembo calipers in advance, alongside 12.5-inch, single caliper plates at the back, yet there's a considerable measure of pedal go before you achieve its jump. Expressway economy of 28 miles per gallon is amazing, on paper at any rate. With a blend of streets and some more vivacious driving, we saw more like 23 miles per gallon. In the consistent Stelvio, which commences at $41,995, you get standard cowhide, a power back end, bi-xenon headlamps with drove daytime running lights, shine-hued brake calipers, drove tail lights, remote and push-catch begin, raise stopping sensors, control flexible seats, and a decision of dark, chocolate, or red inside. The $1,800 game bundle includes 19-inch compounds, the directing wheel shifters, brandish tune suspension, a cowhide-wrapped games wheel, and some visual charm. A double-sheet glass rooftop is $1,350. Advance up to the $43,995 Stelvio T, which Alfa hopes to be the volume model, and you get 19-inch wheels, the 8.8-inch windscreen infotainment framework, Sirius XM, front stopping sensors, and warming for the front seats and guiding wheel. A $2,500 T-Game pack supports the wheels to 20 inches and tunes up the suspension, and in addition tossing in 12-way control sports seats with much refreshing force reinforces. Then again, the $2,500 T-Lusso pack has swankier calfskin, all the more cosseting seats, and genuine wood trim decisions. I realize what you're extremely inspired by, mind. Come Q1 2018, Alfa will reveal the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, its 505 horsepower adaptation. And in addition the kind of rankling speed we've generally expected from the Giulia Quadrifoglio, it'll have choices like carbon earthenware brakes and other execution amenities. Estimating will be reported nearer to its discharge, yet you're most likely best beginning sparing at this point. On the off chance that you can hardly wait, there's bounty to adore about the 2018 Alfa Romeo Stelvio today. From the automaker's rundown of potential opponents, just the Sedilla Porsche Macan and maybe the Puma F-Pace have the driving elements to contend. Both are extraordinary in their own particular manner, however neither has the identity and virtue